Sawasdee ka. Thank you for joining us for Newsline. We broadcast live on NBT Radio Thailand FM 88 and also on NBT World. It's a Tuesday today, and the date is January 12th of 2016. And you're with me, Sandra Hanutsaha. We begin with the Thailand Moves Forward segment, and in our first story, the Prime Minister has called for an increase in the use of natural rubber in the country going forward. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha spoke at the National Water Resources Committee, indicating that the country must increase its rubber usage. All phases of rubber production must be restructured, with ministries including rubber in their various projects, such as public walkways and sports stadiums. General Prayut indicated that he will raise the matter in a cabinet meeting on January 12th and will order all agencies to implement the agenda immediately afterwards. The cabinet continues to push for growth in the country's tourism sector, as the well-being of the sector plays an important role in the overall strength of Thailand's economy. Deputy Prime Minister Somkit Jatusi-Pitak held a meeting with the Minister of Tourism and Sports, Governor of the Tourism Authority of Thailand, and businesses in the tourism and hotel industry to discuss cooperation in expanding the country's tourism sector. The Ministry of Tourism and Sports has been tasked with creating a tourism development roadmap for the government, while the state will increase its allocation of its budget towards the tourism sector in order to adequately fund all local regions. Emphasis will be placed on developing new tourist destinations in all provinces and to push for the establishment of at least one prominent tourist attraction in every sub-district. Those with existing tourism destinations will be given more support to enhance the attractiveness and uniqueness of each site. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Research Center for Islamic History, Art and Culture, or IRCICA, have recently co-hosted the International Symposium on Interfaith Dialogue and Peaceful Coexistence in Multicultural Societies at Anantara Siam Bangkok Hotel. Thai Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs Wirasak Phutrakul and Secretary General of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, Iyad Amin Madani, co-presided over the symposium. Mr. Wirasak said that the International Symposium on Interfaith Dialogue and Peaceful Coexistence in Multicultural Societies aims to enhance mutual understanding, that is, foster respect and tolerance, and promote peaceful coexistence as an important step towards peace and security. Mr. Madani said the importance of the event is to create unity and pave the way for peace and reconciliation in the globalization era, which produces radical thoughts that may harm multicultural societies. He also reiterated that we still need to find more channels or platforms to exchange ideas, values, and knowledge. The event was attended by distinguished speakers, including Dr. Surin Pitsuwan, a former Secretary General of ASEAN, and former Thai Foreign Minister, the Venerable Pra Anin Sakaya from Mahamukut Buddhist University, and Tan Si Dato Si Dr. Syed Hamid Albar, a former Malaysian Foreign Minister, who came to speak about international contacts and exchanges in multicultural societies as a basis of interfaith dialogue and peaceful coexistence. The Ministry of Tourism and Sports said the tourism sector last year performed better than expected, generating roughly 2 trillion baht in revenue. Tourism and Sports Minister Gopkan Watanawarankul said that tourism revenue in 2015 grew by 30 billion baht year on year. It was considered a success for the ministry's campaign, 12 Can't Miss Cities. The campaign ostensibly increased tourist spending to an average of 5,050 baht per day from 4,500 baht the year before. Another 12 cities will be included in the campaign, which will be renamed to 12 Can't Miss Cities Plus. The minister said the expanded campaign will further promote domestic tourism. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha has instructed the ministry to raise the standards of tourism in Thailand in order to gain more confidence abroad and set up a one-stop service for tourist assistance. The National Reform Steering Assembly, or NRSA, Committee for State Administration will collect public opinions as a way to determine the national strategy for Thailand's future. The NRSA Committee's chairperson, Police Major Yongyut Sarasombat, will preside over a seminar held at Parliament on January 16th. The seminar is expected to help the committee develop a clearer plan that will cover every aspect of national growth. The plan must be accepted by all future governments and involve every sector to ensure continuous and successful development over a minimum period of 2 decades. To this end, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha has endorsed the appointment of a committee to draft the national strategy. Meanwhile, the National Legislative Assembly, or NLA, will consider appointing 24 individuals to the Standing Committee for Peaceful Society this week. 4 members of the committee will be selected from the legislature, and the remaining 10 will come from other agencies. The committee will have 180 days to devise guidelines to promote peace and unity in Thai society. A deputy speaker of the National Reform Steering Assembly, or NRSA, has discussed ideas related to the charter drafting process with the chairman of the Constitution Drafting Commission, or CDC. NRSA's Deputy Speaker Olongkorn Polabut met with CDC Chairman Michai Ruchupan, who was joining a retreat in Phetchaburi Province to discuss the planned submission of charter drafting-related ideas. Mr. Olongkorn said that the first set of ideas will be submitted to the CDC this week before the NRSA will collect more opinions, which will be presented to the charter drafters after the first draft of the new constitution is ready for public release on January 29th. He said that the second set of ideas will concern reform agendas as well as short and long-term reform mechanisms which are prepared to ensure their inclusion in the new constitution. The Constitution Drafting Commission, or CDC, is going to keep a part of the previous charter in the new version of the country's supreme law of the land. CDC spokesman Amon Wanitmiwat said that on the first day of the Commission's retreat, the charter drafters started reviewing each article of the new draft charter. Mr. Amon said that the CDC has been working on the wording and the details of each article to make sure that they are perfect while adhering to the core principles of the past charters. However, he noted that the charter drafters have decided not to put in the new constitution a clause that declares Buddhism the national religion as requested by a group of Buddhist activists due to the delicate nature of the matter. A group of elementary students who got the chance to show off their talents on stage during the Pia and Award contest held at the Pia Yanukrah School in Pohon Yotin Center in Bangkok are following one of the government's policies to promote more learning outside the classroom. Let's have a look at this report.
The Stealing Songs of Dr. Uprit Mongkol Nawin, chairman of Piriya Nawin Foundation, used as musical background during the PN Award contest in Bangkok. The first PN Award contest was staged by the Piriya Nawin Foundation under the royal patronage of Her Royal Highness Princess Sinachalintra Mahidol to enhance students' ability to learn skills outside the classroom and to promote beneficial activities for children.
It has been 10 years already that 10 centers of Piriyanukra schools introduced this philosophy to students. Now, more than 2,000 students at this school can learn new things outside classroom under the teacher's careful watch. The curricula are directly related to the educational policy that the government is promoting, namely learning outside the classroom.
Following the policy of the Ministry of Education to promote several recreational and creative activities to help students enjoy the experiences of their extracurricular activities outside the classroom, the students of Piriyanukra now enjoy learning and the teachers are encouraged.
Today, we have taken the famous local dance and applied to the soundtrack, which featured the theme. By entering this contest, children will get a lot of experience. For example, they will meet new friends, they will learn how to pay better attention to their performances, and they have an opportunity to learn how to win or lose.
8 from 42 groups of performers reached the final round. The participants then performed to background music composed by Dr. Uprit Mongkol Nawin, chairman of the Piriya Nawin Foundation. Finally, there was a winner. 10 students from Piriyanukra School, Phon Yotin Center, Kopen Kondi team won the contest. The winners received 10,000 baht in scholarships and the trophy from the chairman of Piriya Nawin Foundation. Not only have they gotten some pride of this activity, but they also have learned a lot from their experiences.
We are very happy that we won. We will take advantages as much as possible from the scholarships. The lyrics in the show taught people to be a good citizens and to be a good children to our parents.
Learning outside the classroom may not result in an official degree or certificate, but this kind of studying can help students expand the capacity of their minds, and the things they learn from the experience remain deeply in their minds. However, by endorsing this program, it is important to know that adult guidance is still essential to lead the youth in the right ways and to do the right things in their daily life. For NBT World, I'm Pantikan Pitnarin reporting.
And in other news, the Ministry of Public Health has instructed all provinces to closely monitor any signs of bird flu during the winter season and warned the public to avoid contact with any birds that appear sickly. Public Health Minister Biasakon Sakonsathirathorn said the latest data from the World Health Organization showed the continuous transmission of avian flu in various countries, both in people and birds. Some countries have been on alert for the infectious disease and have set up infrared scanners at airports and border crossings after a number of related deaths. Thailand has followed suit, given that the current weather is ideal for the spread of avian flu. Public health offices, as well as offices for the Bureau of Disease Control and Veterinary Services, have been ordered to monitor the situation in their respective provinces. Related officials are to keep careful travel records of people and animals entering the region, as well as any clinical samples for subsequent lab testing. Local officials have also been ordered to look out for suspicious changes in the rate of death or disease in birds, as well as conduct an awareness campaign to ensure cooperation from the public. In the event of a rise in bird deaths, Members of the public have been urged to contact the authorities so they can conduct lab testing to confirm the cause of death. When consuming bird meat, people are encouraged to ensure the meal has been thoroughly cooked while taking care to maintain proper hygiene. Those in the poultry industry are prohibited from selling birds that are sick or die under suspicious circumstances. For questions or comments, please contact the 24-hour hotline, which is 1422. And that is the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. It's time for a quick break now, but here's a look at the exchange rates and also the commodity prices first.
To maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. The second core value, being honest, sacrificing, showing restraint and determinations in doing good for the majority.
ASEAN Community. ASEAN member countries have agreed that the main part of the ASEAN community is its people. People are therefore to be the central focus. ASEAN Political and Security Community. In terms of politics and security, ASEAN promotes democracy, the principle of law, and good governance that protects fundamental human rights and freedoms accordingly. In terms of the economy, ASEAN gives priority to every section in society. For example, it promotes small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, and supports more public-private partnerships. A study of the social effects of the expansion of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. 3 issues are: 1. Problem of laborers' migration, 2. Problem of ensuring security against new forms of crime, and 3. Problem of providing social welfare wherever needed. One vision, one identity, one community.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. Let's have a look at some ASEAN news now. The Department of Industrial Promotion has unveiled its plan to strengthen small and medium enterprises, or SMEs, in 12 special economic zones across 10 provinces. The plan, which is being supervised by the Network of Engineering Service, would encourage SME operators to take advantage of special economic zones, or SEZs, and the ASEAN Economic Community, or AEC. The campaign seeks to enhance the competitiveness of SME businesses by strengthening SME operators, business structure, and personnel, while connecting SMEs of the same type but on a larger scale, both domestically and internationally. The government's SEZ project aims at promoting border trade while elevating the potential of border provinces as economic zones and transport and logistics hubs. Each economic zone would employ a large number of migrant labor and possess regional tourism services, reaping the full benefits from the establishment of the ASEAN community. Interested parties can join the campaign free of charge before the 27th of January deadline. For more information, please visit worldwideweb.gotoaec.com. our global stories, German Chancellor Angela Merkel says Europe is vulnerable in the refugee crisis, but states the euro and the freedom of movement in Europe are, quote-unquote, directly linked. Merkel said at a business event in Mainz near Frankfurt that Europe was, quote-unquote, vulnerable because it was not yet in control of the refugee crisis to the extent that it would like to be. Merkel added that if countries did not allow their borders to be crossed more easily, the European single market would, quote, suffer acutely, end quote, meaning that Germany, at the center of the European Union and its largest economy, should fight to defend freedom of movement. Merkel said that to preserve the Schengen zone within the EU, it was necessary to make the bloc's external borders more secure. Some EU countries have re-established border controls within the passport-free Schengen zone, where they had been abolished, while efforts to share out the asylum seekers across EU member states have floundered. And fans of David Bowie gathered at his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame to bid goodbye to the visionary British rock star who died of cancer at the age of 69. A floral arrangement with his name inscribed in gold was placed on the star on behalf of the Hollywood community by the Hollywood Historic Trust, a pioneering chameleon, that is, of performance imagery. Bowie straddled the worlds of hedonistic rock, fashion, art, and drama for 5 decades, pushing the boundaries of music and his own sanity to produce some of the most innovative songs of his generation. A spokesman for Bowie said he died on Sunday, but declined to say where he died or from what type of cancer. Bowie had kept a low profile after undergoing emergency heart surgery in 2004, and it was not publicly known that he had cancer. Bowie died 2 days after releasing his new album Black Star, which won some of the best critical reviews of his career. And that's all we have for you in this edition of Newsline. If you have any comments or suggestions, then do feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can follow us on Facebook by typing in NNT, and check out our website at thainews.prd.go.th/en. We say goodbye to you today with footage of starlings from Russia and East Europe flocking together in southern Israel. I'm Sand Farahanud Saha for Newsline. Have a great day. Sawasdee ka.